What's going on, guys? I'm back on the mic today from Spectral Sound, and welcome to today's video. And in this tutorial I'm going to show you how I remade the growl that Trampa used in his song Just Like Me. I'll play you this first drop. It's a huge, long, sustained growl, and Trampa likes to use these kind of sounds a lot in his stuff. I'll give you a listen. Now it's really easy to make these kind of sounds. All you gotta do is get a growl and make it really grimy and distorted, really distort it so you get a crunchy sound, and then just make it roar at the first bit and then sustain it. So it just goes raw and then holds. So that's what I did here. I did my best to recreate it, and I feel like I got a pretty accurate recreation of it. It's not perfect, but it's hard to get it exactly right. Alright, here's the sound. You can hear those two sounds sound a lot alike, and it's really not hard to do this. So I just had to get the general sound with this first oscillator, and then I just had to grimy it up with this second oscillator. So here we go. The post-processing for this patch is kind of a harsh EQ to really EQ the top end and just duck some key frequencies down. You can see where all of this is. It's just basic EQing. Other than that, everything is completely in Serum, other than just turning up the volume a little bit to match the original track. Okay, so let's go. Let's exile this out. Alright, now we have the Serum patch. Now before I do anything, I'm just going to turn off all these oscillators so you can see exactly what I'm doing. And turn off the effects. There's just a few effects in here. It just ends with the hyperdimension. Okay, so everything's off. This is what we got with just this Monster 3. No, you put it on pattern mode. Okay, here we are. That's all we got. It's just a really silent kind of sound. Let me turn this up. Let me turn this up all the way so you can hear it a little bit more. That didn't help too much, but all I wanted to do is that I heard this sound, this sort of wavetable, and I thought this has the tone, the kind of tone, that vowel that we really want from the original growl, even if it isn't grimy and distorted and really big and huge. That's all I wanted. So I just got that initial vowel, and with this LFO1 I modulated the level from 0 up to 75, so it goes from 0 up to normal. The wavetable position is modulating by LFO1. It's going from what is this? What is going on here? Okay, 255 around. It's going down at -46, so it's just sliding up like that, and it's just down a couple octaves, and there's no unison or detune or anything. So pretty simple stuff right there. Let's throw on Oscillator B, which is a thick and thin. I used this in my last tutorial. Super huge wavetable. It's really nice for huge grimy sounds. So we're at 32, or no, we're at 80 here, the wavetable position, and we're going up 32 with LFO1. So we start at around here, and then it goes to the full grid at the very top, because you can see it gets thin right here and then thick as the wavetable says. So the LFO is at 100%, or the level is at 100% here, and I didn't put any warp modes on this. I did put a bend plus minus on this Oscillator A, but it's only down like -4 toward the bend plus side, so just a little bit of bend plus, that's all I wanted. It doesn't make too much of a difference. This is also down 2 octaves to match the original Oscillator A here. Alright, let's throw in some noise, a bright white once again. I really like this noise. The level is at 0% going up 11, so you're just feeding in a little bit of noise there. If you put in too much noise, it's going to really mess things up and it just messes all the harmonics up, because it's going through the distortion as well, and that'll really do stuff to the sound. So this is what we got right now. Then we got a really gritty sound right there. It's super dirty. So we'll throw a sub on there, direct out. The level is all the way up because this sound is particularly loud, and it's down a couple octaves just to add some bass. There we go. Okay. Now for the filter, I have a high pass notch, and that's just a high pass plus a notch filter. The cutoff of the high pass is at 8 Hz, going up 43 with LFO1. And the drive is very important. It's at 95%, and the drive really drastically affects the sound. I'm going to show you right here. This is without any drive. What did I say? 95? Okay, you got to help me remember that. 95, this is the sound. Now we're going to turn it up. We get like this whole lower end vocal sound that wasn't even there before. And I'm not sure if I can exactly tell you why this happens. It is acting like a distortion here because this drive works like a tube distortion. So there might be some harmonics down there that we're not hearing, and then they just get cranked through by the disto and this filter right here. But either way, it makes it sound really nice. You can also route the noise through the filter just to add a little bit of extra vowel and grit. Alright, the resolution, not resolution, I always say that. Resonance. I got a comment on a previous video where I accidentally said resolution, and they're like, LOL, it doesn't mean resolution, it's resonance. I'm like, dang it. Okay. But yeah, resonance is at 4%, so just a little bit of peakage there, and that's all we really need. Mixes all the way up. Okay, now that's it for this first part. It's pretty simple stuff. Let's go into here. We're going full tube distortion. Well, almost full. It's like, what did I have it at? Like 95 or something. Like 98, you know, whatever works. It's all distortion. And we're going to click this on post, and we're going to bring it down and make this kind of shape. Now that's just ducking a little bit of the super high frequencies because it's really piercing because this is a heavy distortion. It's full tube. Now this is what we got. This also works to limit the sound because this is a wave-shaped compressor, if I'm not mistaken. And what this is doing, before it goes into this effect chain, it's peaking over 0 dB. And this is bringing it down as well. It's acting as a compressor while distorting it. So it holds the sound together that way as well. Let's throw a multi-band compressor on it to really thicken up the sound. The threshold is negative 8.7 decibels, and the ratio is 4:1. All of these are the same. You don't have to mess with the gain at all. You can see I've got these bands up here where they are. I really crushed them into this one because the sound is really dirty. And the mix is all the way up. Okay, now this is what we got. Now it's super huge. Alright, let's go into the EQ. Now the EQ is just fine-tuning stuff, especially in the high end, just to match the original track. The frequency here is at 6568. Dang it. 6568. Let me find that again. 6568. Okay, there we go. And it's going up 14 with LFO1. Just so it's ducking down. This is at a shelving EQ. So it's down here at the very top, and then it just slides upward for a little extra movement in this initial attack. And the Q factor is going from 46% up 20. Or, yeah, 46% is going up 20 with this LFO1. Alright, and the gain is also at negative 5.1, so we're just ducking it down a bit with the shelf. Alright, we have a peaking here, a little peaking EQ, and the gain is at 2.3, and the Q factor is at 35%. Frequency is really high on this one, it's 6583, so it's just right up in the top here to help boost these frequencies. So we're sculpting the sound in this sort of manner, so we just get those key frequencies we like there. Alright, now this is what we got. Doesn't make too much difference, however it does affect stuff when it goes through the post-processing and the hyperdimension. Alright, and finally we have a hyperdimension. The mix is all the way down for this one. I didn't use the hyper. I just used a bit of the dimension expander, just a little bit. And now it's at 0% with the size and 20% with the mix. So now we just get slightly wider sound. We just get a little bit of action in this stereo field. It's not all completely mono. Just makes it a little less boring to match the original track. Okay, and I believe that is all we have for this one, aside from the parametric EQ here with some harsh. This is without the EQ. So everything's there. It just needs brightening up and just some touching up in those areas. Alright, and this was the original Growl. So we basically nailed that sound right there. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like. Also drop a sub for more videos, at least one video weekly. And also, before I end this video, I really want to go over this, because I have a list of the sound design requests I'm doing here. And I have a lot of them. Now, if you see your request on this list, I got a comment. It wasn't a mean comment. It was all in friendliness, but they were saying they had requested a sound and they were still waiting for me to do a tutorial on it. And all of the sounds I have are right here. I just did this one, so this can be, whoop, okay, there we go. So this is my sort of schedule with my sounds. And if you see yours on here, know that I am getting to it. There are just sounds before it, so you might have to wait a little bit before you get your sound. However, it is coming. Now, if I cannot pull off a sound perfectly, then I will show you how to make that style sound. I won't necessarily show you how to make that sound, like that slushy bass. That one was incredibly hard for me to make. However, I did my best, and that's what I got. So I showed you how I made that style of bass. So if there is a sound on here and I can't get it perfectly, then I will show you how to make the style. I'm sure I've listened to all these sounds before, and I'm pretty sure I can get something extremely similar to it. So I don't think there's going to be on a sound here where I have no idea where to start, like I can't even make anything close. I'm pretty sure I can do, kind of what these, at least sort of the sound that they've got here. If I can't, then I will say that I skipped a tutorial because I have no idea what to do here. I don't want to post something that I don't think people will want to watch, that they won't really learn from. So I won't try to do something and fail and then post a video about it. I'll just say, hey, I kind of skipped a tutorial here because I didn't know what to do with this one, and I apologize for that. But I mean, the requests are free. Like, it is just, you are just commenting, so there's not a lot of reason why I shouldn't have a lot for this one. But okay, I just wanted to go over that. Like I said, leave a like if you enjoyed the video or if this was helpful. Subscribe for more videos weekly, and as always, peace out.